Barbara Dern, everyone, good day. Before we can crack on with the painting, we've got some responsibilities to do. So you saw in yesterday's video that we think we need to water the plants because the rain due this weekend has been pushed forward and they're looking a bit thirsty. So water the garden and then we can crack on. Okay, so we've just got rid of the peas, gave the soil a fresh hoeing and a bit of water, and now we're replanting okra into the existing rows of the peas. So how many okra are we planting, Nish?
We've actually only got 6. So I'm gonna get some more seeds out, but they will just keep producing all year long.
Yeah.
So that you don't need to stagger them. I say all year long. There's summer plants, aren't they?
Yeah.
They go out later, and the pea bed is perfect for them because they're heavy nitrogen feeders.
So now the garden responsibilities have been solved. Let's go full steam ahead on painting the rest of the hallway. Time for a progress update. We've been painting all morning. It's just past 1 o'clock, so we've got plenty left to do. So you saw in yesterday's video we did the columns and just slightly above the doors, which is there. So Anisha's been going around with the fine brush and getting the cutting in done at the bottom. Doesn't have to be perfectly clean because obviously the new flooring will eventually cover it. So we've made our way up and around. And I'll just stand back for a bit more perspective. It's looking quite sharp, to be honest. So I can see I'm up to that bit there. And the green concrete paint is covering quite well for the primer coat. And then we expose the back box to eventually disassemble this old light, because this used to be the old bathroom. So we've got that little patch up there to do, a little patch up there, and we're going to break for dinner.
I think I've done a better job at painting myself today.
Yeah. So it's a new day. We painted as much as we could yesterday. We got all the prime coat on and the paint tub's looking pretty empty. Probably got enough just to do a bit more. but not another full second coat. So we're spending the day to analyse the ceiling, like we've said in the previous video about the problems with the AC unit. I'm contemplating messaging Technopolis because they were the engineers who came and installed it in the first place, incorrectly. But for the time being, because I'm not high hopes on them coming out to change it, if I'm honest. And obviously we've just made all the cosmetics around the wiring and hardwiring it in and things like that. So here's the plan. Okay, so I've got a bit of a test batten going on at the minute. And usually the plan was, you can see where the pencil line is, where we've painted up against. That's 3 inches, which is the width of one of my battens, 3 inches by 1 inch. So instead of having them like that, I'm thinking of having them like that. So although the AC unit is sat at 10 centimeters, 100 mil, dropping it by, creating the gap to be 8 instead of 10, isn't going to make that much difference. It's already beyond the minimum. So if we can just get away with 1 more inch, and it still operates as well as we would expect, we've had no issues since it's been installed. So we've got kind of fingers crossed that 1 more inch won't make that much difference. So the plan is to do flat battens all the way along, because this is the good side of the hallway ceiling, and then that was a separate room, and that's why all that is looking really cruddy. So to avoid fixing battens to a very badly made lime plaster ceiling with the bamboo lats, we're thinking of making it a slope. So we don't want a drastic slope of 45 degrees to mimic the stairs, because we'll just be left with a huge triangular volume of space. And even if we were to ram it full of insulation, the slope will have enough room for some insulation, strong enough with the wooden framework to support the chandelier, and we should be able to plasterboard it, no problem. So stay tuned and we'll keep you posted on any updates for the rest of the day. Okay, so the first thing I'll show you is the potatoes, because they are looking like absolute monsters. Probably up to my knee height. And these sunflowers, they're over 1 metre tall now. So they're doing really, really good. Moringa tree, really waking up now, loving the sun. So I reckon it's going to be bolting drastically every week. I think we're going to see big growth on that. But just heading back inside now, there's one last thing that we just want to show you. And it's not the overgrown weeds going on in the garden. See if you can spot it. We've got a single rose. How cool is that? So the white one hasn't bloomed yet, but it's on its way. Strawberry's doing good. See the raspberry there, or blackberry, can't even remember anymore, I'm too tired. Okay, so we didn't get much footage of us actually doing what I'm about to show you, but it took a lot of debating. Myself and Anisha thought of loads of ideas on how we can get around the levelness of the ceiling, and this is what we've come up with. Okay, so it might not look like much, but we've got 16-inch centre battens going all the way along, flat ways, not sideways, so just drop it down just over 1 inch to save room above the aircon unit. And we've actually dropped this side 15 degrees, and it matches the extension slope. So it's going to be easy on the eye. Obviously, it's a bit of a void to fill with insulation, things like that. And we've also dusted off Jezebel the chandelier, which we bought in the first year we was here when we were building the extension, and we had a little bit more expendable cash. This vision is what we've had. So you can see how dusty it was. It was in the other room. So we dusted it out because we knew the tassels, or the lengths of string you want to call it, the wires, are pretty long. So we are going to have to shorten them, because when we held them up to the existing ceiling, it was quite good. And there's 3 different bulb heights. So now we're going to have to just shorten the leads a bit so it doesn't clank you on the head when you walk down. But that's the plan. Next stage, because I've actually run out of wood, this is my last one from all those battens outside. We're going to have to try and figure out a framework system for inside the space so it gives it longevity to stop the other battens bowing with the weight of the plasterboard and things above it. And then the attic hatch will probably be made in another room somewhere with a proper drop-down ladder. So that's all going to get blocked off. That'll all get blocked off. So we're just trying to find some battens. Who knows, half of the house might come down to find some more wood. But that's the plan. So this is what it's looking like at the end of the day. If you excuse the mess. But you can see what we're going with at least. So I just thought I'd keep you updated. Really happy with the paint job, and like I said, the paint's getting a bit thin now, but the base coat's on, it's primed, it's looking good and fresh. Still got loads of snags to do with the electrics, take off the existing line, sort out the wire for the aircon unit, things like that. So there's still lots to do, nitty bitty things, but we're making huge progress, and now we can at least vision the ceiling of what it's going to be like. And it might even help because of how big the opening is. I think it's like 3.5, 4 meters from the bottom step to the lintel area. All the heat that comes from the extension when we had that fire in the hallway last year, that all came and escaped out that loft hatch. So making a slope, the logic behind it is it already brings it up the stairs at head height kind of thing. So let us know what you think about our decision. And we'll keep you posted on the aircon unit. If we get it moved, we might not. Let's just see what happens. But we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that bell and subscribe. Really do appreciate it. And it goes a long way. Thank you very much for watching, and ciao for now.